Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see I did sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him live never I will wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon the judgment of the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah love the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Kramawe grumabe tela exact beer tanayistalina ba shante Kramawe grumabe tela where two and threes meet in the name of the Most High Jah. And that's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I say unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negusto Danielam. Komaya Sataya. Haimana pio aya. Kremawe grumabe tela exact beer tanayistalin shante. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. This is in the service of God and country. And my name, Black RASTA. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something really sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, flavors, sizes, and even colors find themselves right there inside the black pot, putting aside all their differences, putting aside all other things, so that they would be able to make that wonderful product known as food. And interestingly, the food that they make does not benefit them. It rather benefits us as a people. This is the black pot, and every time, selflessly, the black pot and the ingredients will continue making food. In these times, we have to be as selfless as the black pot and the ingredients. And the African continent is so symbolical of the black pot. And we are the ingredients in the black pot coming together to interplay on the continent of Africa. This time around, not to make food, but development for our people, our continent, our land. This must be that Joshua generation that we have been praying and wishing for. It's time to plant trees. It doesn't matter whether we will live long enough to sit under the shade of these trees, or even eat the fruits from these trees. What matters most is that generations to come will benefit from that. And these are our own children and great-grandchildren. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black RASTA. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll not shy away from that. We would only criticize to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country, and we are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV, super live on Black Empire TV, and we are live on Ghana Web TV. Oh gosh. And remember, we are also on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. On YouTube, we are called the Black Empire Media. Subscribe and click on the notification button so that you will not miss any of the stories we bring up every day, Monday to Friday. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power, and our numbers are rolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We are ready to advertise your business, and by the power of satellite, we are seen all over the world, and on the continent of Africa, we are masters of Pan-Africanism. This is the port, not just any port, but the port that is black, symbolical of the African continent. Today we have some interesting stories to unleash on you from the newsreel, where we always keep it real. Now the very first story to look at today is rolling on your screens. Watch it. It says, BRYAN ACHEAMPONG catches ghosts. Wow. It looks like for some time now, Ghana has some wonderful ghost catchers. Now, if any man can catch a ghost, I respect that man, because you must have some supernatural power to be able to do that. But this is BRYAN ACHEAMPONG. He's a very interesting man. In fact, he's a rich guy. He's a businessman. And at the same time, he's a politician. Oh, yes. In fact, he comes all the way from Kwewu. And when it's time for Easter, in fact, he puts up splendid entertainment activities for his people in the area. Musicians of so many different genres come from all walks of life, and they perform, and he pays everybody. That is not all. Did I say he was a businessman? Yes. He has the biggest hotel in the whole of Africa. The whole of Africa, the biggest hotel is called the Rock City Hotel. Rock City Hotel. Look at it. Can you see that? Rock City Hotel. We have had time to go into this, to look at the number of rooms in there, and so on and so forth. Oh my God. This is a splendid hotel. Today we won't go too much into this to tell you how many rooms it has in there, what facilities it has, and so on and so forth. But that is the biggest hotel in Africa in terms of size and in terms of the number of rooms. And even facilities. Oh gosh. He's called BRYAN ACHEAMPONG. But how has he all of a sudden become a ghost catcher? The president of the Republic of Ghana has decided to pick him and try to make him fill the space that has been created in the Agric ministry. We are going to see more of that. Come along. Come. Now I'm reading this from Ghana Web, and it says, my software removed over 60,000 ghost names from government's payroll. Agric minister designates. So you see, he says he has a software, and that software removed 60,000 ghost names from government's payroll. Run the story. BRYAN ACHEAMPONG, the minister designate for food and agriculture, has touted his capacity to transform the food and agriculture sector of Ghana. Speaking during the vetting for the position on Monday, February 20, 2023, BRYAN ACHEAMPONG said that as food and agriculture minister, he will champion the vision of the government and ensure that together with the staff at the ministry, all targets set are attained. He added that his ability to solve the challenges facing Ghana is evident by his creativity, which helped the country resolve the age-old problem of ghost names on the payroll of the government. My job principally is to ensure that the vision of government is sharpened, the objectives so set explained, and I lead a team in the ministry to attain a different, higher, much higher productivity. In fact, if you look at my background, I did a project at the Controller and Accountant General's Department. It was not possible to solve this ghost names problem. It has bedeviled this country for so many years. In the last 8 years, my software has removed about 60,000 people, ghost names, from the payroll. Before we started, it looked impossible. but we studied the problem, we designed a solution, and we implemented it with the same people at Accountant General Department, and we achieved the results, he said. He reiterated that just like he helped solve the problem of ghost names on the government's payroll, he would work with the same public servants at the Ministry of Agriculture to find solutions to the problems in the sector. This is BRYAN ACHEAMPONG. That's what he's saying. Come here. Now watch me. He's a smart man. During his vetting, he was asked, convince me. And this was the minority leader in parliament, Atu, asking, convince me that if you pass through this vetting successfully and you become the agric minister, you would be able to deliver, taking into account the violence that you were part of in the last elections. He looked at him and said, but Ato, you are my friend. You should be touting my efficiency. The questioner asked, oh, is it about me? It's the Ghanaian people who need to know this, not me. And this man here called BRYAN ACHEAMPONG said, hey, Ato, so today you are not my friend, you don't know me anymore. He seemed very, very disappointed that somebody that he called his friend would sit at the vetting and ask him to still prove himself. But you see, I may know you is playing the devil's advocate. The fact that I know you doesn't mean everybody knows you. You are speaking to the people of Ghana. I hope that he will broaden his perspective to be able to see some of these things. I do not know this man beyond the violence that happened in the last elections. In fact, and again, I do not know him beyond entertainment and business. There's not much to say about this man. But removing ghost names from the payroll, would he not have been a better person in the Controller and Accountant General's department? What has ghost names got to do with agriculture? That's my worry. I thought he would have said that he did some work with the Ministry of Agriculture. They were able to raise the productivity of cocoa from one level to another level, cocoyam from one level to another level, cassava from one level to the other level. He was able to provide a certain software that was able to find all the cocoa farmers in Ghana and locate them properly. And that software was able to tell whether the farmers were doing well or bad. Then you will be relevant for that ministry. But he's trying to make us understand that he's creative. Everywhere you put him, he will deliver. He's a man of all weather. My brother, my sister, when I do not know somebody too well, I do not like to go too much into them. I'm going to take my time, study this man very well. But again, the Ghanaian people are talking about the government cutting down on the number of appointees. And the president is still arrogant about it. As we sit back and watch these things happening and unfolding, we are tempted to believe that the president is neither interested in a reshuffling nor in cutting down on the number of appointees he has in this government. So the minority is not interested in passing some of these appointees, the designates. How is it going to work for the country? The agric ministry became vacant because the agric minister left to try and be the flag bearer of his party. And by so doing, try and be president. He's not the only person. The trades minister also left. Alan Tremantin also left. And he's campaigning to become the flag bearer of his party. My brother, my sister, you are the best judges. Do you think this man can do the work? Do you think that he's capable of doing it? Does he have the experience? Would he learn on the job? What is his capability? What can he do? What can't he do? He has caught ghosts. Unfortunately, we have no ministry of ghosts. The ministry we have is the ministry of agriculture. How would the catching of ghosts help with the agric ministry? I thought he would have gone into it. Link the two. And again, he said he caught 60,000 ghosts in 8 years. So in 1 year, how many ghosts would that be? In 1 year. 60,000 ghosts in 8 years. 60,000 in 8 years. It means it's less than 1,000 ghosts in a year, right? When you look at some of these things, you might want to underplay them, but one ghost can draw as much money as will overwhelm you, depending on whether it is a VIP ghost or a VVIP ghost. There are some ghosts who draw salaries from the Ghanaian payroll. And the salary is as huge as the salary of about 200 people. If you have 2 of those ghosts, you are in crisis. Thank you for catching the ghosts. But please, let us understand how your ghost catching skills will help in the agri sector and not in the security sector and not in the defense sector and not in the accounting or finance sector. That's where my problem is. Because catching ghosts, are they on the cocoa plantations? I want to know. But, well, all the best. It's all about Ghana. He's a young man, and I want to believe that he has the energy. Well, this government has disappointed me. Anybody who works under Nana Akufo-Addo, I don't see to be able to have the free will to work, because this is a man who is so vindictive. And we've been told by the Subi MP that this is a man who never forgives. If you bite him, he will never say, oh, I've forgiven you. He will come after you. To the point that he can even cause you to lose elections because you disagreed with him at a meeting. Such a man, if I were you, I would not work under him. But some people are so greedy, they like power, post. So even if they work under the devil, they will still work. After all, they will call them honorable. Honorable devil server. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunum, where we speak truth to power. Next thing.
Go on, skip a judge.
Black Pot, Kukushunum.